Andrew Tate brother explains why his brother converted to Islam. Well, how long is this video? It's 2 minutes. Okay, yeah, we can watch this. Give me a minute.
And now I'm going to get to probably the most asked question that I've been asked, not just today, not just yesterday, and not just on this Ask Me Anything, and not just on my Instagram. In the last month, the question that I have been asked the very most is, how has Andrew's conversion to Islam affected your brotherhood? How has it affected your relationship? Is it going to affect your relationship? Is it going to be strange living in a household with two faiths? Are you going to convert?
Yeah, it is weird how he sounds a lot like him.
These are a bunch of questions that have obviously come through, and I'm going to try to answer all of them within the next few minutes. So, Andrew's initial point about Islam he was making many months ago, before he officially went loud with his conversion. I knew about his thoughts and the way his heart was leaning for a very long time. And Andrew made a very good point, a very strong point. And his point about Islam was this. He said, if you walk around a Catholic country, a country like Italy, and you insult Jesus Christ, or if you walk around England and you insult Jesus Christ, you could say offensive things about him. You could tell an English person or an Italian, here you go, say something bad about Jesus Christ or your God. Here's some money. Will you do that? And people would do that largely as a whole. And also saying bad things about Jesus Christ and their God. Nobody would face any repercussions. You could walk around the street freely saying these slanderous things, which is very rude and very impolite, and nobody would do anything about it. However, in the Muslim world, you see where I'm going here, such example is simply unthinkable. A Muslim would never insult his own prophet. He'd never insult his own God. And that too, if you were in a Muslim country or even in the presence of Muslim people and you were to insult their God or their prophet, they would be absolutely furious. Someone might even punch you in the face. And that's very fair enough. But what...
I feel like that's a pretty bad argument. That's not a good thing at all. Yeah, if somebody gets pissed off and starts hitting you because, I'm a little bit confused here. How's this a positive? And there's plenty of Muslims that, by the way, live here in the U.S. and are totally in favor of people that are able to criticize Islam. It's like a double negative.
Andrew failed to mention, which is a point that I think I'm going to raise right here, is there are people in the world who will punch you in the face if you insult Jesus Christ and if you insult Jesus Christ, or the Virgin Mary or anything. And those people are the Muslims. Now, if you don't know religion and you don't know religious history very well, then I guess you don't know that one of the most important prophets in Islam is Jesus, son of Mary, as they refer to him, or Jesus Christ, as us Christians call him. So
Mary is revered.
This Dubai, the Middle East, the United Arab Emirates, the Muslim world is a part of the world where you could not walk around and freely insult Jesus. So I feel perfectly at home in the Middle East, and I feel perfectly at home living with my brother, who is now a Muslim. He's going to put a Quran up above his title belts in the house. I have no problem with that book being in my house. I am very happy for my brother and the decision he made. I think that it's going to benefit him in the long run. I think that he's a lot happier than I've seen him in a very long time, and good for him. Now, I was at...
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I think this is I think the reason why it's bad is that it's bad in two different ways. Like, number one, it's bad because it presupposes the idea that criticizing somebody else's religion is something that is justifiable through violence, and it also presupposes the idea that Muslims are violent by nature. And yeah, sure, there's Muslim countries that have like really, really bad religious rules. I mean, Poland outlaws abortion too, and that's primarily for a religious reason also. But I think there's also a lot of Muslims that don't really give a fuck a lot about that. Obviously, nobody wants to sit around and be told that their religion sucks, but many people here that are Muslims aren't going to go and talk shit to you and punch you in the face because you disagree with what their book says. So it's like, I think this is just such bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit, man. Only valid argument is that he's happier. Yeah, I think that the thing is, like, religion is, if people want to use religion to like order their lives or to, give meaning to their lives or something like that, it's totally fine. Like, I'm completely in support of that. But you can't go around and tell other people what they can and can't talk about. But criticism, it's not criticism, it's about insults and stuff like that. Yeah, but I think that you should be able to insult somebody's religion without getting hit in the face. Like, I don't think that you should ever, like, any time that a person escalates something to physical violence, that person is wrong. There are some very, very niche situations where that's not the case, but I would say, like, 99% of the time, the person who escalates things from, like, a verbal dispute to physical violence, this person is in the wrong. Well, if it's punching a Nazi, well, most of the people that people say are Nazis are people that they just disagree with. So I think that the premise of that is just totally wrong. Might is right. Look at history. I think that sometimes it is, but usually in a society, this is not like a, this isn't history, right? You're not in the history book. You're at Walmart. You're at Target. There's no history that's going to be written about the fact that you punched somebody, okay? Like, try to keep things into perspective. You're not Genghis Khan. Yeah, people in America think there's 70 million Nazis on one side. I don't know. Dude, shut up with your idiotic takes. Verbal abuse can lead to trauma, you dumb prick. So you're mad? So this little kid is mad right now. Listen, here. 21 centimeters unbuffed, by the way. Verbal abuse can lead to trauma, you dumb prick. You know what else can lead to trauma? Getting punched in the head. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, getting punched in the head can lead to trauma. Apparently, you already were. Verbal abuse made me a man. I think that you shouldn't verbally abuse people either, but just because somebody verbally abuses you doesn't mean that you should be able to hit them. I think that's something completely different. That's a dumb take. Yeah, it's just a stupid kid. There's plenty of people, and like you said fuck around and find out, insult someone and find out. Yeah, I said invade somebody's private property. Yeah, but that's actually a very good point, right? So, like, if you're invading somebody's private space, like in their private property, I think this is very different than being in a public space and having a disagreement with them or having a dispute with them or some sort of verbal disagreement. This is totally fucking different. Yeah, fuck around and find out. Show up at somebody's house, break into their house, and they shoot you. Yeah, of course I'm not going to care about that. That's fine. But it's totally fucking different whenever you are not in your own house, you're in public fucking property, and somebody's saying something that you don't like. Totally fucking different, man. What happened to humanity? Nothing. People just think that it's okay to hit people that they disagree with because they like to feel justified for it. That's the reason. Sanction violence. How do you provide the person with doing something to justify violence? Do you prevent the governance from taking advantage of that? Yeah. Damn, you're such a soy child. I love how, like, you have, like, I love that there's, like, these probably, like, like 21-year-old kids or something like this. And they're in my chat, or maybe like 18, 16-year-old kids that are in my chat right now that are talking about how it's soy and, like, it's pussy shit to not think that it's okay to escalate things to physical violence. Like, you're so young, you haven't seen what physical violence does to people. You're living probably in some safe suburb, in some upper middle class or middle class high school that, maybe there was a fight at school and it was okay and it was just some sort of ego thing. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's always pussy. Yeah, they've never been in a fight. Of course not. Yeah, physical damage can ruin your life. You can get punched in the face, you can get punched in the head once, and it will change your life. Anybody who thinks that it's okay to go around and throw hands the moment that their ego gets insulted, look, you can do whatever you want. But at the same time, you're going to probably go to fucking jail, and I think that's a good idea. Yeah, ego, yeah, they're kids. Yeah, they're kids. The whole soy thing is crazy brainwashing if you think about it. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Because the kids could be in abusive families and struggling to realize it's wrong. What? So now everybody else has to agree with them and coddle them because they're saying something stupid? No, who gives a fuck what their problems are? You put your fucking opinion out there on the internet, everybody else has got they've got the right to respond. Yeah, what the fuck? Like, you think everybody, oh, well, this person has a bad situation, so we should just, you know, make it, it's okay that they can be an asshole. Get the fuck out of here. So pathetic. Let's see. I'll read a few more comments and then we'll move on, okay? Let's see. Soy Boy's crying about a punch. Bro, I guarantee you all the people that are saying stuff like that have never been punched. And if they were, it was in like 3rd grade. Yeah, they got in a fight in like 3rd grade, or maybe they beat up somebody a lot smaller than them. Because I've seen a lot of actual fighters say the first thing that they would do in a street fight is run away. And these are people that would beat anybody in this chat who's talking about how it's soy to do. They would beat any of them in a fight in a second. Because nobody knows what's going to happen in a street fight. Yeah, street fights are fucking scary. It's a smart move. Yeah, so like you have professional fighters saying the same thing. Yeah, entirety of Twitter. Yeah, everybody thinks they're a badass. That's what toxic masculinity looks like. No, it's not toxic masculinity. It's just people that think that they have a physical mandate to enforce what they think is fair. Chatters love fantasizing about being tough. I know. It's so pathetic, man. Oh my god. What's this here? You can really die from one punch taken wrong. Yeah, that's true, man. That's not taking into account. Yeah, dude, like if you... The thing is, like, my dad, like, he used to get in fights all the time, and, like, now his, like, neck's fucked up. He has to be on painkillers all the time. He can't turn his neck in a lot of ways. He's, like, totally fucked. So, like, I've seen what happens whenever this stuff happens to you. It sucks. People have to think that there's something that they aren't. Need a reality check? Yeah. Real fights suck, man. They're ugly as fuck. Better not to engage in one. Yeah, I think, again, it's like these are people that have... Like, their idea of a fight is, like, something that happens in, like, middle school or high school. Like, whenever you really see two grown men getting in a fight, an actual real fight, in public, it's fucking scary. Because you never know whenever somebody's gonna pull out a knife, pull out a gun, whenever things are gonna escalate, somebody's gonna get hit the wrong way. It is fucking scary. Was it a fight once? Yeah, and like, if you... The thing is, like, if you win the fight... Then the other person can sue you, you can go to jail, and there's still probably residual injuries even from winning a fight, right? Because it's not like they probably didn't hit you at all. And if you lose the fight, well, then you got fucked up there too, right? So it's like you think 3 feet in front of yourself, and you immediately see how this is a bad idea. Anyway, I could go on about this forever. All I'm saying is that I'm sure there's a lot of soft little plushy actual soy boys that are talking about how badass they are, that if somebody ever insulted their ego, they'd fight them. This is not true, okay? You're not a badass. You're a pussy. Stop acting like this. I don't want to hear it. Nobody believes you.